First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rokah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that wrote well, and a sincere salutation to Yakim pushing his truth and sincerity. Okay? So, as many already know, Queen Elizabeth II has died, but not all are wishing her rest. Okay? There are many nations, people who believe that she deserves death, okay? And we are of the opinion that there will be no rest for the wicked, okay? I have an article right here. It says the people refusing to mourn Queen Elizabeth's death and why. And the thing is, many people do not really know what atrocities, okay, are done by those in power, okay? Especially the Edomites who are ruling the world today. Many people don't even not know what role that they play in you know, in the grand scale of things. Okay? So I want to read this article and give some scriptures. Lord willing, this will be edifying. It says, despite heartfelt tributes and widespread sorrow at the death of Queen Elizabeth II, Britain's longest reigning monarch, many people are refusing to mourn her passing. The Queen died peacefully at Balmoral Castle in Scotland on Thursday afternoon, Buckingham Palace said. She was 96 and had reigned for 7 decades. Her son King Charles III has succeeded her as Britain's monarch. But Elizabeth's passing drew mixed reactions, with some refusing to mourn her because of her leadership of what they described as a brutal British Empire that was responsible for the deaths of millions of people. So, you see, these Edomites, okay, are being exposed, okay? Many people are not mourning the death of Queen Elizabeth because of the brutality committed at the hands of the British monarch. All right, it says Uju Anya, a linguistics professor at Carnegie Mellon University, on Thursday described the late queen as the monarch of a thieving, raping, genocidal empire in a series of tweets on her death. Okay, this is what she tweeted. I heard the chief monarch of a thieving, raping, genocidal empire is finally dying. May her pain be excruciating. Okay, these are what the peoples, okay, are sharing about the British monarch, okay, Queen Elizabeth. It says, Anya said in a tweet that was removed by a social media site for violating its policy. Her comments have received a huge backlash, including from one of the richest men in the world, Amazon founder Jeff Bezos. Okay, although the tweet Bezos responded to was deleted, one of Anya's tweets was not removed. And it goes on. If anyone expects me to express anything but disdain for the monarch who supervised a government that sponsored the genocide that massacred and displaced half my family, and the consequences of which those alive today are still trying to overcome, you can keep wishing upon a star. She was referring to the British conquest of Nigeria in the late 19th century and early 20th century, when thousands of Nigerians were arrested, displaced, and killed. Okay? Anya's university has refused to condone her comments. All right? It says the Economic Freedom Fighters, South Africa's third biggest political party, did not have fond words to say about the monarch's passing either. The Economic Freedom Fighters notes the death of Elizabeth Alexandra Mary Windsor, the Queen of the United Kingdom, and the ceremonial head of state of several countries that were colonized by the United Kingdom. The left-wing group said in a statement. The EFF criticized the Queen, who was sentenced to the throne in 1952 for reigning for 70 years as a head of an institution built up, sustained, and living off brutal legacy off a brutal legacy of dehumanization of millions of people across the world. Okay, these are what the nations are saying about this Edomite lady that's been in power for 7 decades. Okay, that she was a head of an institution built up, sustained, and living off a brutal legacy of dehumanization of millions of people across the world. We do not mourn the death of Elizabeth because to us, her death is a reminder of a very tragic period in this country and Africa's history, the statement said. Britain, under the leadership of the royal family, took over control of this territory that would become South Africa in 1795 from Batavian control and took permanent control of the territory in 1806. From that moment onwards, native people of this land have never known peace, nor have they ever enjoyed the fruits of the riches of this land. Riches which were and still are utilized for the enrichment of the British royal family and those who look like them. Edomites. All right? This is what South African people are saying. And Nigerian people. Okay? That they are enjoying the fruits of the riches of their land, okay, riches which were and still are utilized for the enrichment of the British royal family and those who look like them. It says the EF statement highlighted several wars waged by the British against native South Africans in the 1800s and early 1900s and claimed that the royal family's institutional racism led to the genocide of Aboriginal people in Australia. You see, and that's why we bring out the scripture in Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, wherein who is he? Okay, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. You see, so not only have they, messed with Africa, they have also done genocide to the Aborigines in Australia. Okay, so the tentacles of Esau sweep across the world. And people are not, mourning her death, and neither do we, okay? And the earth was made for our sakes. Either do the Israelites, okay, the so-called blacks, the Latinos, the Native Americans, either do we. We do not wish her to rest in peace. Matter of fact, there is no rest for the wicked, okay? It also referenced how the royal family allegedly plundered India, okay, India as well via the East India Company, how its thirst for riches caused millions of people in Bengal to die of famine in 1943 and 1944, and how it oppressed people living in the Caribbean islands. You see? Many historians believe that the famine in Bengal was a result of British Prime Minister Winston Churchill's wartime colonial policies rather than having anything to do with the royal family. A minority believe it was a result of drought in India, although a study published in Journal of Geophysical Research Letters in 2019 seems to have debunked this theory. In Kenya, Britain built concentration camps and suppressed with such inhumane brutality the Mau Mau rebellion, killing Dedan Kimathi on the 18th of February 1957, while Elizabeth was already queen, the statement added. Most historians refer to these camps as prison camps or detention camps rather than concentration camps. Okay, and you can read the rest. I will read this. During Elizabeth II's 70-year reign as queen, she never once acknowledged the atrocities that her family inflicted on native people that Britain invaded across the world. You see, the death, so like the pride of these, the pride of Esau has deceived them. Okay, you see, they don't believe they have to apologize. They don't have to acknowledge. They never have to, let up from their wicked practices upon the earth. They believe they have free reign. Okay, so the pride of Esau hath greatly deceived them. You see, she never once acknowledged the atrocities that her family inflicted on the native people that Britain invaded across the world. She willingly benefited from the wealth that was attained from the exploitation and murder of millions of people across the world. You see, therefore, we also do not wish her to rest in peace. Okay? There is no rest for the wicked. These are some of the countries that um, they were plundered by Esau, okay, by the British monarchy, okay, not only in her reign but in others, okay, as well. Let's get this. We'll start here in the book of Proverbs 16 and 12. It is abomination to kings to commit wickedness, for the throne is established by righteousness. Okay? Yeah, it is abomination to kings to commit wickedness. All right? The scriptures tell you in the book of Sirach that the government, all right, of a well-prudent man is basically done in righteousness. Okay? You see? But, according to other nations, this British monarchy is, basically raped and plundered and beguiled the whole world. Okay. It's an abomination for a king to commit wickedness. The throne has to be established in righteousness. That's the only way a kingdom can stand. Okay. It cannot stand. Okay. By way of evil dealings. It tells you that in the book of Sirach. Could probably get that real quick. Sirach 12. This is Sirach. No. It's 10, I believe. We'll start at the third verse. Sirach 10 and 3. An unwise king destroyed his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. Okay? And they're unwise. Okay? Edomites that are in power are very unwise because they destroyeth the people that they subjugate. Okay? But through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. Right? So if you deal righteously, okay, that's how a kingdom can be ordered. Okay? But they deal in wickedness. Okay, so it's disgusting, it's abominable, and therefore no one wishes them well when they die. You see? So as you see, there will be no rest for the wicked. Okay, they will pay for the things that they do, the abominations. Okay, from even the beginning of their reign to the end. Okay, and we're talking all the way back, Cain. They're the people that look like them have benefited in this life. Okay, and that's because the Lord set them up. Their portion is in this life. Okay, the Lord, gives them the hid treasures. That's the way, the Heavenly Father has, basically mapped it out. But best believe they're going to pay. This is Proverbs 14 and 32. The wicked is driven away in his wickedness, but the righteous hath hope in his death. Okay, the wicked is driven away in his wickedness. All right, they're far gone. Okay, they have done too much. All right, but the righteous, they have hope in their death. You see, let's get this word driven away.
Strong's H 1760. Dacha. Dacha.
Right, to be thrust down, be cast down. Okay, the wicked is cast down in his wickedness. Okay, they pine away in their wickedness. They grow old being wicked. Okay, and there's no hope in their death. There's no honor. Okay, they are utterly defamed. Their deeds are brought to the light, as you see Okay, these other nations are bringing it out. You know, they are being taunted. You know, the Edomites are their skirt is being lifted. Okay, this is the book of Job 20:11. His bones are full of the sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust. Okay, so you know these Edomites go to the grave with their sins. Okay, from Cain all the way up until today, they have a lot to pay for. You know, they have a rap sheet. Okay, you got all these nations, you know, that are bringing it out. Okay, people refusing to mourn Queen Elizabeth II. You see, you know, they go down to the grave and have nothing, okay, but a bad rap sheet. You see, but with the righteous, there's hope in their death. You see, there's no hope in the death of the wicked. They have to pay. They're not going to go, you know, into the sunset. Okay, they're not going to rest. Okay, getting away with what they have done. You know, let's see. This is Ecclesiastes 8:13. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before the Most High. You see, here it is. Your life goes by quick. You see, you know, most men are, you know, die at the age of 70. She lived till 96. Okay, but even in her days, okay, they're as a shadow. Okay, and you know, it's not going to go well with the wicked because they don't fear Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You see, this is upper verse 12. Though a sinner do evil 100 times and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that feared the Most High, which feared before him. You know, it's not going to be well with them. There's a judgment coming. Though they do evil 100 times and they live and they prosper in riches, okay, you know, there's ultimately a judgment coming, you know. They're going to get their just reward. This is the book of Isaiah 3:10. It says, say ye to the righteous that I shall be well with him, for they shall eat the fruit of their doings. Woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hands shall be given him. And what's the reward? Okay, death. Okay, dishonorable death, shameful spewing, their actions being revealed. Their kingdom is the power is waning, it's falling, the Edomite Empire. Okay. So it will not go well with the wicked, because they're going to receive the reward of their hands. It's going to be given to them. You know, the scriptures say that that every man shall sit on the judgment seat and shall be given, okay, that which he had done in his body, whether good or bad. You see? And ultimately, you know, after death, these Edomites are going to go into slavery. Okay? After death, these Edomites go to the spirit world, and then they get told of their judgment, which is going to be slavery. You see? They are going to be reincarnated in the kingdom, okay? And they're going to come through the loins of their people into slavery. Okay, how about that? Let's get Proverbs 28:4. It says, give them according to their deeds and according to the wickedness of their endeavors. Give them after the work of their hands. Render to them their desert. You see? So they're going to get according to their deeds. According to their wickedness of their endeavors, give them after the work of their hands. Render to them their desert. Okay? And what did they do? They raped, robbed, and murdered, okay, the inhabitants of the world. So they also will receive the same, okay? But the judgment that is going to be put upon them is going to be righteous. There's not going to be no raping, okay? Their women will serve, happily, the pleasures of the men of the Lord, okay? Their kings and their nurses are going to be, the slaves of our children. Okay, their forces, their riches are going to be given to the righteous. The scriptures speak about these things. Okay, did they not do the same to us? Did they not benefit off the backs? Okay, the so-called blacks, the Latinos, and Native Americans. They're going to get their dessert. They're going to get their reward. You see. Let's get this, Ecclesiastes. 12:7, it says, then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return to the Most High who gave it. Because right now, she's in the spirit world. You see, that's why they say when you die, ashes to ashes and dust to dust, because from dust you came and from dust you shall return. So right now, she's in the grave, okay, rotting away, and her spirit is up, okay, in front of the Most High, receiving judgment, being told, okay, about her sins, okay. These Edomites, they're knowing now what they've done. They know that it's, the Lord has seen. They're starting to see, okay, what's going to happen to them, And we just read in the book of Job, his bones are full of the sin of his youth. Salakia. His bones are full of the sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust. Okay? They take to the grave their sins, but once they decay, once they die, they decay. Their spirit goes up to the Heavenly Father. The Lord is telling, this Edomite about her judgment, and other Edomites like her. Okay? That they have murdered millions of people across the world in the name of what? In the name of money, in the name of control. Okay? Ecclesiastes 12:7. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return to the Most High who gave it. Okay? So they're being told, that they can't do no more wickedness, that they're about to go in slavery. She's about to be reincarnated into slavery. This is Job 3:17. It says, there the wicked cease from troubling, and there the weary be at rest. Okay? The righteous are at rest, but the wicked, they cease from troubling. Okay? In the spirit world, they're not doing wickedness no more. They're just hearing their judgment, waiting, to be reincarnated. Okay, when the Lord comes, okay, they're gonna go head first into slavery for all the things that they've done. And these nations are spewing it. That's why it says, shall not they bring up a proverb against thee? Look at what they're saying. They don't, what does it say? The EFF, the South Africa's third biggest political party, they didn't have fond words to say about the monarch's passing. You see? In Africa, they say that they enjoy the fruits of the riches of their land. All right? The Edomites, the British monarch. Okay? Riches which were and still are utilized for the enrichment of the British royal family and those who look like them. You see? Even America and all the Edomites. But right now, she's being told of her judgment. Okay? The wicked cease from troubling, and there they be weary, be at rest. Matter of fact, when you get the book of Revelation 6, let's get that real quick. Revelation 6, and 15. It says, and the kings of the earth. Oh no, Salakia. 14. My bad. Revelation 14. 13, it says, and I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, write, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth. Yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors, and their works do follow them. Okay? So, those that die in the Lord, they're blessed. Okay? That they may rest from their labors, right? The weary rest, but the wicked they cease from troubling. Okay? It says here, and their works do follow them. So, their works are following them. What they have done, okay, the sin of their youth, okay, that lies down with them in the dust. They go to the grave with their sin. The Lord sees it. They're in the spirit world. They cease from troubling, and they're being told about themselves. They're being told, okay, that they're going to go into slavery, that there's not going to be no rest, As soon as the Lord comes back, okay, they're going to have to serve a sentence. There is no rest for the wicked. Okay, that's the point I'm trying to make. You see? And their works do follow them. Your works follow you when you die. You see? Because you have to serve out a sentence. You see? Their works do follow them. This Edomite is being told what's going to befall her, and that's slavery when she comes back in the kingdom. This is the book of Numbers 14 and 18. It says, the Lord is long suffering and of great mercy, forgiving iniquity and transgression, and by no means clearing the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation. You see? So they're not going to be cleared. Okay? They're guilty, okay, of the dehumanization of the world, okay, of polluting the world, of making a system that benefits them off the backs of mainly the Israelites, but these other nations as well. They're also bringing out these accusations. But the Lord's not going to by no means clearing the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and the fourth generation. You see? So even these Edomites have to, they have to die and come back, okay, unto the third and fourth generations, and serve out a sentence, okay, and that sentence is slavery, you see? So, this is what's going to happen. This is Daniel 12 and 2. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. Okay? That she's ceasing from trouble, her along with other Edomites, but they awake to shame and everlasting contempt because they know that they have to serve a punishment. You see? Their works do follow them. Let's get this word shame.
Strong's H2781. Cherpa. Cherpa.
Reproach, scorn, taunt, scorn upon enemy. Reproach, resting upon conditions of shame, disgrace. Okay? A taunt and a scorn. They shall never be renowned. Okay? They're not going to be in power anymore. They're not going to be bowed down to. They're not going to be lauded and praised and be given gold crowns. They're not going to be raping and robbery, all the resources of the earth. Okay, they're going to be in shame. They're going to be in scorn. They're going to be reproached, you see, for their deeds. You see, they're through. That's why the scriptures say the end of the end of the world. Roughly paraphrasing, Esau is the end of the world at the beginning, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. You see, they had their time to shine. Okay, them and their children, all right? And she's going to be some Edomite's children in the kingdom. Child, I should say. And she's going to go head first into slavery. Ain't going to be none of this, stolen, goods from these other nations. see? You know, they think they're going to be able to escape the judgment of the Lord, and that's far from the case. You know, they're hearing their judgment. She knows now, okay, the whole truth, you see? And her truth is that she's going into slavery. This is let's get the book of Psalms 76 and 12. He shall cut off the spirit of princes. He is terrible to the kings of the earth. You see? The Lord is going to cut off that spirit, man. You know?
Strong's H 7307. Ruach. Ruach.
Right. That courage. Okay? Their temper, that anger, that disposition. Okay? They have, you know, which is to rule the world. As troubled, bitter, discontented. You see? As endowing men with various gifts, right? Their wisdom is failing them. Their kingdom is crumbling. Okay? She can put her son into power. He could be the successor. You know? They could be working hand in hand with other governments, you know, these other Edomites, the American Edomites. You see, but ultimately that spirit of kings and monarchs and the presidents, and you know, the Lord's breaking that spirit. You see, what does it say? As energy of life, right? They're weird in the multitude of their counsels. They're about to be done being treacherous. Okay, but their treacherous dealings, you know, people will deal treacherous with them. These other nations. The Lord's going to rise up other nations to destroy America. America has plundered the world. These Edomites and the ruling elite, they don't live in America. The real Edomites, the top banking families of the Edomites, they live in Europe and other parts of the world. Okay, you know, supposedly America was established by people who came to free from, you know, to get free from Britain, but that's a lie. They're all one empire, these Edomites. He shall cut off the spirit of princes. He is terrible to the kings of the earth. You see, this is the book of Psalms 110. And 5. The Lord at thy right hand shall strike through kings in the day of his wrath. You see, the Lord is going to strike through kings in the day of his wrath. He shall judge among the heathen. He shall fill the places with dead bodies. He shall wound the heads over many countries. Okay? Yahweh Bashem Yahshai is going to strike down these kings, man, with his wrath in that day. He's going to judge among the heathen. He shall fill the places with dead bodies, right? Their palaces, their places of you know, where they dwell. You see, they're going to be filled with dead bodies. You see, he shall wound the heads over many countries. The Lord's coming for presidents, for kings, for ambassadors, for princes. He's going to cut that spirit off. The Lord is going to be the only king. Okay, what does it say? He's the King of Kings, Lord of Lords. Matter of fact, there's a scripture that says, kings shall bow. Let's see if I can find it. Did I get it? I think I got it already. Right. Psalm 72:11. Yea, all kings shall fall down before him. All nations shall serve him. Prince Charles, the monarch, Kill Gates, the Rothschilds, the Morgans, the DuPonts, all these so-called elites, these Edomites, okay, they're ultimately going to bow to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. The nations are going to serve him. The Lord's going to judge among the heathen. Their works are following them. When they die, they're in the spirit world. They stop being a damn devil. The Lord's telling them their judgment. They're going to come back in the reincarnation, and they're going to serve, okay, the Israelites. All right, let's get one more. This is this is the book of Psalms 149:6. Oh, we'll get two more. It says, for Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, taketh pleasure in his people. He will beautify the meek with salvation. Okay, the meek is going to inherit the earth, not the proud, not the murderers, not the witchcraft, not the sorcerers, not the idolaters, the adulterers. And that's what this world is. Okay, that's how the wicked rule, you see, because they want to be idolized as the Most High. They push these doctrines and agendas to make the nations drunk, and the nations follow them. But the nations are starting to wake up. The Israelites are waking up, moreover, and they're telling them their judgment. And when they die, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai tells them, in death, where they're going to serve. Okay, there's no rest for the wicked. You see, they're becoming exposed. They're being scorned and taunted. You see, but the meek, the Lord is going to beautify with salvation. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Okay, this is after we get changed, when Yahweh Bashem Yahushai visits the elect and gives them spiritual power and beautifies them with salvation. When they're changed, we're going to be, Lord willing, in glory, be joyful in glory, singing. All right, let the high praise of the Most High be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishment upon the people. Okay, the other heathen nations as well, they're going to be punished. There's going to be vengeance for what they did and what part they played. Just because they're going to turn on these Edomites, doesn't mean that they're not going to be punished. They're going to be punished, you see. But these Edomites, there's no rest for them. You see, they're going to get more mercy. The nations are going to get more mercy than Esau, Edom. Okay, it says to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai. So the saints have that privilege. They have that honor to arrest the heathen, to put them in slavery. Okay, and this is a written. This is prophecy. It said to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron. They're going to go into slavery. You see, that's what the scriptures say. Okay, so for all those wishing, this queen, all right, R.I.P., rest in peace and this, that, and the other, man. But just know that there is no rest for the wicked. It's Isaiah 57:20. But the wicked are like the troubled sea when it cannot rest, whose waters cast up mire and dirt. There is no peace, saith my power, to the wicked. You see? They go down to the grave full of sins, and they find no rest in the spirit world. They just get told about their judgment, and they're going to be reincarnated in the kingdom, okay? And they're going to go into slavery, okay? When the Lord comes, the captivity is being turned even now. The captivity is going to be all the way turned, and they are going to be arrested. The elect is going to police them. That's the honor, okay? But the wicked, they have no rest. Their works are nothing but evil and wickedness. That's why they have to be put into chains. You see, because they've already lived it up. They've already had their reward. What does the scripture say? Woe unto you that are rich, for you have received your consolation. You see, there is no peace, saith my power, to the wicked. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rokah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and a sincere salutation to all you Akim and you Aquat that believe in all sincerity. Shalom. There is no peace to the wicked.